Hi, I'm Casey Chisholm Miller, and I am owner and artist at Yaya Made Galveston. And today I'm going to show you a quick little shortcut, an easy way to do one of our sewing tasks. Today we call them hacks, so I'm going to show you a sewing hack. And I'm not going to take credit for it. It's not my idea. I saw this. It's a Nancy Zeman thing. I saw it either on one of her videos on public television or in one of her books. And I looked on YouTube and I couldn't find that specific shortcut. It may be in a longer video and I just missed it. So I thought I would just share that with you. It's a pretty good trick, hack, as we call them today, and so I'm going to share that with you. And it is, I shared with you last time, I have trouble sewing a straight line, for crying out loud. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. And so one of the problem areas in doing that is doing a dart. So this little hack or shortcut or trick, sewing trick, will help you do that. And so I'm going to share that with you. I've got a little piece of cloth here, and I'm going to pretend this is, a bodice pattern that I've cut out. And so I've made my dart marks. Here's the tip of the dart, and then the two at the base of the dart. And what I do is that's marked on the wrong side of the fabric. And so I fold along the dart and match those markings. Now I used ink so you could see it. Normally I use one of those marking pens that erases when you iron it, or chalk. But I used ink this time so you could see it. And so I pinned it at the base. I matched up those two lines. See, my pin is through those two lines. And then this is the one at the base. And what we do is take that to the machine, pinning it better. Let me move this over here. Pardon my hand. Got just stuck in there. Okay, there's the foot. Okay, what I do is I take it to the machine. I have blue thread in this so you can see it when we're done. Take it to the machine and I take out that first pin, and then I lift the foot and I scrunch down and oh, first thing, almost forgot the most important part. The top thread, I pull that out and make it longer, like 6 or 8 inches. That's what you're going to use to do this little trick. Okay, then I put this under my machine, under the foot, and then I scrunch and look and wink, and I, with the hand wheel, lower my needle until it is right on that mark. And my needle is down. And I'm going to take and then angle it like it's going to go to those two marks at the base. And I'm going to take 2 stitches. And then I'm going to back stitch those 2 stitches. And my needle is down. Keep the needle down. Lift up the presser foot and get that long tail that you left. That top thread, that long tail. And that's going to be your guiding line. Pull it taut and hold it at the base of your dart where that mark is. Remove the pin. Lower the presser foot and sew along that thread, because that's your guiding line. Keep it taut. just a little ways to go. I'm keeping it taut. Now back stitch to hold that dart. Clip your threads. Now that long piece is just going to pull up. Now it's loose. Pulled it up, clip it. It's like it never existed. And there is your dart. Let me move you back so I can show you better. I don't know if you got to see much of that. Anyway, here's what I did. I finagled and got my needle right there in that first mark. And then that long thread, pretend that's the long one, I pulled it taut and held it while I sewed and used that as my guiding line. That way I don't have to put chalk on it all the way. This works and it's quicker. And I sewed my dart, clip my threads, and voila, there's your dart. Perfectly straight, inline dart. Now I also use this the most. I don't sew for myself very much. I did make this top, those shirts that I cut up and used to sew with. I made this top. I used about 4 shirts to make this. And it came out so good. I'm so proud of it. Tee-hee. And I have darts in it, and I use this technique. Now, but most of the time, I use this technique when I'm sewing the lining of my handbags. I always put in pockets. And I like to put in pockets where I can have 3 or 4 pockets on each side of the inside of the purse. Now this is, we're going to pretend this is the lining, the one side of the lining of the purse. And then this is going to be the pocket. And I'm just going to pin it on the edges to hold it in place while I talk to you. The side seams will be securing that. But right now we're going to pin it so I can hold it up and it won't all fall to pieces. Okay, so there's my lining and there's the fabric that I'm pretending to use for the pocket. Now that would be one big old pocket and it would be droopy and saggy. So I want to put a line right here and that will make 2 pockets. So all I do is put a pin. I measure, because I'm a, fanatic. I measure and find just the center. And then I put a pin at that point. And I'm not going to move my camera this time because I don't think you can see that well. I don't think you can see that. But I do the same thing. I put it under the machine. I put the needle right, I look and I finagle and get it just where I want it. Oops, see, I did it again. I almost forgot. That top thread, where is it? I need to pull it out. Pull it out, see? About 4 or 5 inches. Get my needle where I want it. Take a couple of stitches. Back stitch. Raise the presser foot, the needle stays down. And then here's the thread. You probably have trouble seeing that. There's the thread. I'm holding it so it's a straight line. And then I'm going to sew along that thread. I'm holding it taut. Get to the bottom. Trim my threads. Now, my machine does cut threads, but there are times when I don't use that thread cutter. And I need it to be smooth. Okay, and so there's now the line going down. Can you see that? So now I have 2 pockets and a perfectly straight line. And that's the little tip hack that thank you, Nancy Zeman, for that tip. And I hope that will be helpful to you. I also wanted to show you, last time we made those mini wallets out of shirt cuffs. We made these. Well, I've added something to them. I've added a little handle and one of the little key ring things. And all I did to accomplish that was, these are seams, the shirt seams. I keep everything. When I tear down a shirt, cut up a shirt for a project, I keep everything. The pockets, the cuffs, the collars, and the seams, because they're mostly flat-felled seams and they're very sturdy. So I saved the seams, and right there I laid it down, and I started sewing here on this edge, and I sewed here, and then I pulled it around and joined the other end there and just continued sewing on one side, and then with the needle down, turned it 45 degrees, did the little edge, turned it again with the needle down, and sewed along the other edge, turned it again, and did this end. And that secured it. And then here you are with the little handle, put the ring on it. Now you can carry your chapstick or lipstick with you on your key ring by adding that little handle. And that's pretty handy, and just adds a little bit of oomph to your gift, which is, I think it's pretty cool. And so that's all I have for you today. That was much shorter than my first video. Maybe each time I'll get a little bit better. And I hope you enjoyed that. I'm Casey with Yaya Made Galveston. I would ask you, if you see this on the replay, to please like and share it. Share this video, like and share. And visit my shop, Yaya Made Galveston, all one word, .etsy.com. And you'll see my handbags and patterns, and I have a jacket and the pot tees, the plant pot covers, and bookmarks, and some coin purses, and just some fun little things, and then sewing patterns. And I got a big haul of sewing patterns this week, and I got like over 90 patterns, and most of them are from like 1965, 1969, some from the 70s, a couple from the 80s, and they're just so fun. So they'll be in my Etsy shop pretty soon, so stay tuned. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day, a wonderful week, and a very happy Mother's Day. Bye.